Good morning, it's Alexis, and I just wanted to come here and just tell you guys about a few things that have been going on in life recently. So, low-key excuse the mess behind me. If you guys didn't know, my birthday was last week, so I got a whole bunch of new stuff, and I need to clean. Lately, life has just been interesting. Even though I've been posting regularly enough on this YouTube and kind of sporadically on my other pages, I know you guys really haven't been able to see like what's been going on behind the scenes. A lot of stuff I have been sharing has been very, very old, or stuff that's just very quick to make up, like these little like sit down and chat videos. In life, since graduating, I never told you guys about that. So last year, I told you guys plenty of times that I was about to graduate. I bumped up my graduation from spring of 2024 to fall of 2023. And so I actually graduated on December 14th. So yay to me. It was an amazing event. And I mean, it was just a great day. Since then, I've been able to make a lot of progress on LJC, but I feel like a lot of that progress started at the beginning. For example, I was definitely in my studio vlog era in around December-ish, and if you guys remember, I had a few videos, but especially this one, I believe studio vlog 12, that really did good on there, and it also just really made my self-esteem go 1,000 times higher. Not like egotistical, but it really made me feel good because it made me think like, okay, like I'm doing good and people see this, and I mean, they admire it, they appreciate it, and it felt like, okay, last year I couldn't really work on my small business as much as I wanted to because I was in school literally from January to December with only about a 1.5 week break in between each term. So really, out of 52 weeks, I only had about five? Only about 5 weeks to actually enjoy myself. So I was just extremely burnt out, but in that process of being overworked, and also I was going to work and everything else, I was doing a lot of planning, trying to figure out like what are little things I can do for my business without actually like sitting down and working on it. And so I think by the time I graduated, that helped me to have everything together. I think when I graduated, stuff like social media content and also my schedule and like getting stuff done, it helped a whole bunch. One thing I have learned about myself though is I don't really like making products as much anymore. Like when I started LJC about 5 years ago, I loved making products, and like I could sit there for hours and hours. I can make like 50, well, I'm not gonna say 50, about like 20 macrame bracelets, in like a day span. And now it just seems like a hassle to finish one. And I hate to say that, it's not the product itself. I think just as someone who's like had their ups and downs with running a small business, it's just one of those things where I feel kind of drained. I feel like there's a lot of things that I've been doing where it's like I've been giving myself a lot more work than needed. I know one thing I've showed on this channel is me cutting my cards, like business cards and everything, but I did that a long time ago to have better quality cards, as well as being able to rely on myself to pretty much guarantee my supply. But it is a hassle time wise, and then I also always have to take time out of my schedule for it. One thing about LJC is that I've always been in school with LJC. My middle high school was like a very competitive, I went to magnet school, fine art magnet school, so it wasn't like a play around type of school. And then going to university and just really wanted to be better about my studies there, I just never really had time for it. And then when I graduated, right before I finally launched my art brand, Koi and Butterflies, and then my personal brand just for myself. And even though I've kind of calmed down on the personal brand and the art brand, it still is like I have to take time out of my day to still focus on other things. And I love everything I do, but it's just like I'm still low-key struggling to have that proper time and motivation to work on my small business. The last few months, I don't know if maybe the burnout has been getting to me. As someone that has always been a workaholic all of my life, and I don't know, I guess just being out of school and everything, it's like I worked so hard and I was still like overworking, and it got to a point where I was like really like I gotta leave this job. So I left my job. Literally that same exact week I got so sick. I believe I was dealing with reactive hypoglycemia, which is basically like a very severe drop in your glucose levels as a response to, usually it's in response to like your diet and stuff like that. I am not a diagnosed diabetic, but at the same time, it does run in my family. I do have a bad diet. I don't really eat a lot, but I consume very heavy sugars and stuff like that. So I was extremely sick. And of course, being sick one day, 2 days, the whole week, that pushes my whole entire schedule all the way back. for LJC. Working on products, had to push that back. Website edits, push that back. And if I wanted to do any events, had to push that back. For my art brand, any type of art, had to push that back. And for my personal brand, any plans for that, had to push that back. Even stuff like video content and everything else. It was also around this time where I was like, you know what, let me think about strategy. Let me do videos that do well on the internet, and then videos that I like. But one thing I realized is that videos that I think do well don't do well, and I think it's also because I don't have any passion about them and I don't really care about them. But stuff that's fun for me, like LJC for example, y'all love these studio vlogs. These other videos, 3 likes, but the studio vlogs, y'all really love them. And I think for me, on all of my brands, just trying to force myself to do something that I really don't like because I think it'll appeal to other people. That's what I've been doing lately, and I think it's made me more resistant to working on my brands because I just don't have the motivation to do these things. I've been getting out the house more, and if you guys know me, I am definitely, let me switch my position. And yes, I have a bathrobe on, don't say anything to me. I've been getting out the house a whole lot more in the last, I'll say, month, and I've really been enjoying myself. I remember like the first real day I got out of the house, my friend was like, no, I'm not gonna let you stay in this house, get up, we're going. She kidnapped me with consent. It's one of those things where at first I was just like, girl, I want to be left alone, let me be a hermit in my house. But actually getting out the house and doing different things, I really enjoyed it a lot. And I think that was kind of like the start of me getting out the house more. What we did that day, we went to the library, then we went to a thrift store. I think that was my first time going to a thrift store, I don't know. And then we went to the mall, met with another friend, stuff like that. So it was so fun. But also that day was the start of us going on our like every 2-week library date. So every 2 Mondays we go to the library and we pick out whatever. So I was already getting back into my book area, which is why I believe she invited me to that, but it has helped me to get even more passionate about stuff like that. So every single day I've been reading a digital book and then a physical book. Now some days I may miss my physical book if I'm a little too occupied, but for the most part I like to read both. For example, this is what I got the other day. For my birthday, I asked for the Harry Potter series, Hunger Games, and then the Five Nights at Freddy series. My bear doesn't want to stay up, lol. But from the library, I had to renew this book, so I never finished it. I finished it the other day. It's a mystery about somebody going missing, and they're trying to figure out what happened to him. Was it foul play? And I also renewed these 2 books. I never got to them. So this one is also like a little mystery. Someone went missing. This is a romance. I'm not really into romance, but I like to switch up my genres because I don't want to just read the same thing over and over again. So from that first library, I also got this, You've Got Murder, and then I also renewed this one. From the other library, I got this book. I also have this book called Hello Stranger, which I'm also reading. Those 2 books are 7-day books, so they're doing the 18th. I also got these 2 books from that same library, so I got a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And then my friend that I go to the library with, she let me get the first 3 Alex Rider books, so I will be reading those as well. Reading is something that I've definitely been getting into. It's something that I think for a leisure activity, it also is still productivity. I have been enjoying that so much. On days when I really don't feel like working, I'm like, well, let me read, because it's like I'm still on schedule. It's just, you know, doing something else, but I love it so much. I've been doing other little fun things too, like, oh God, I've been seeing friends a lot. Again, going to the library every 2 weeks. But the other day, I went to go to the flea market because I wanted research for LJC purposes. Went to the regular flea market, and then we had a friend that said that she was going to this punk flea. So it's kind of like this mini convention that they were hosting at like this hotel locally. I didn't get any footage from this day. I should have vlogged this day. I should have vlogged that. And then after that, we went to this Vietnamese restaurant. We went to Goodwill later on. I've never been inside of a Goodwill, so that was my first time as well. I don't know if it's better because I feel like the glare is like in my glasses, so I'm gonna take these off. But when I went to that first flea market, I bought so much stuff, girl. I bought so many earrings and all that. And to me, it also reminded me about my love for costume jewelry. I don't really like expensive jewelry. That's not me. Costume jewelry, oh honey, she's my girl. You can make stuff that's so cute, but not the type of stuff that you have to worry about like wearing somewhere, because like, what if I lose it? What if somebody robs me? You know, it's just like, hey, I paid $5 for these, even if I lose them. But it's like, they're very small, cute things that, I mean, you can wear anywhere. You can do it to make yourself pop or just to make yourself quirky. It really is like a way to express yourself. So I got so many different things. I may insert pictures here. At the punk flea, it was punk, alternative, whatever theme, and I really love that too. It was nice to see a more formal type of market as opposed to just like flea market where it's like anybody could sell. Seeing something that was more themed, and then seeing how they have a little bit more professional setups, it also gave me me, one, more motivation, but two, I felt comfortable because it's like that's a setting that I'm not really used to. Everyone was so nice, so welcoming. There was so much variety. It just made me feel more confident about selling. But from that day, I did get enough research, and I absolutely love the idea of like getting up and hustling. And I feel like it kind of renewed my hustling spirit a little bit. Next month, I have a launch. As you guys know, next month is also the 5-year anniversary. My glasses are not on my face. I was gonna do this big launch, and I really have not even started on any products. Today is Friday, March 15th, by the way. I'm not starting any products. And so from today, I have roughly 39 days of working on my schedule. So if I take every single day of that, that'll push me to about April 22nd, 23rd, which is like a week before the launch. So I'm kind of stressing about that. One thing I forgot, I did end up going back to work towards the end of February. So I had exactly a month off. Coming back to work, it's just one of those things where I want to be financially smart. That way, any money I make from my side endeavors like LJC, or whenever I get my big girl job, I can focus on more major investments. But I wanted to go back to work to focus on my smaller investments. So being back to work, where I work, they're just kind of losing money because, I don't know, the people who like operate these stores, they're not the best business people. If the only thing people complain about is your prices, and you are steady raising your prices, and then you wonder, where's the customers? The call is coming from inside the house. Like, so, you know, I get it. They just don't really have the labor to just have me just kind of in there getting really free money because it is so slow. Like, usually we're so busy, but those people are tired, honey. And then in this economy, and then the master's coming up, like, anybody, oh wait, the masters are coming up. So if you guys don't know, I live in, let me expose myself, I live in Augusta, Georgia. I don't think I've ever formally said that, even though honestly if you look at my Instagram bio, you'll see it. But I do live in Augusta, Georgia. Don't try to stalk me, thank you. The masters is coming up, and it's kind of interesting as someone who's always lived here because, for example, spring break has never been March. Spring break is always Masters week, you know, so it's like we don't have this whole like beachy vacation vibes around here in March. Like, March is literally just regular school time. We don't have spring break until spring. And it's kind of interesting because everybody else is like, oh, they're on spring break like right now, and it's like, oh, it just doesn't even feel right. And, you know, I've been here my whole entire life. So elementary, middle school, high school, and university, I've always been on the same, like, Master's Week schedule. So it's kind of still like a culture shock that people really go on spring break in March. Interesting. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I can do something with that. For the most part, I'm just in this mentality of I want things to be better with LJC. I want to just feel better about everything overall. Today I am just going to be working on products, so I'll give you guys like a little check-in later on, but for the most part I think I have everything kind of started. I just don't have anything finished, and then there's some products I think I may be running out of supplies, so I'm like, those are easy to do, but I'm like, I gotta order things, and so it's just a lot going on. And then there's some things where it's like I can make that up, but it's also like I already have so much of that. I'm going to clean my room, do everything else, then I'll come back either later on or tomorrow. But either way, I just wanted to give you guys like a little check-in so you guys would kind of know what's been going on. Also, if you guys hadn't noticed, I had short hair. I cut my hair for the first time in 2021, early 2021, February 2021. And I have been cutting my hair pretty regularly up until September 2022. So you can really see throughout 2023, because that's when I started showing my face on here, my hair progress. And even though you guys didn't really see at the end, my hair was like literally like blown out, because obviously I have coily hair, so when it shrinks up, you know, it can be this short. Hair that's this long could look this short. But I did a thing the other day, and oh my gosh, this looks so crazy, but I cut it again. I'm honestly tired of having long hair. It's just not me. I'm a short hair girly, so again, I haven't done my hair for today, so it probably looks a little bit rough. But yes, I'm back in my short hair era, and honestly, honey, I'm living for it. I love how I just took my wig off in front of y'all like that. but I feel more confident with my hair like this. I'm just not really like a long hair type of girly. So again, life has just been interesting for me lately. I've been back in my reading era. I need to get back in my vlogging era, and been clean. I just feel like, I don't know, life has just been crazy. Been out the house more. I think the depression wants to come back, but I don't know if she feels welcomed anymore. She's an old friend, but I think she feels like I've cut her off. I kind of have though. So I also need to finish my cereal. So my mom got these mugs for us a few years ago for Christmas. So obviously mine says A for Alexis. And I'm eating dry cereal right now. Like, I'm literally eating Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs look like dog food on camera. Let me not say that. But yeah, I've been living with this. And for my book, where's it at? Hopefully I can finish this today. It is getting really, really good. I'm going to start doing book content on my personal channel, and I look forward to that as well. Things are happening, and I feel like for a minute I was overwhelmed, but now I just feel just ready to take on the world again. Like, I guess I needed that rejuvenation. Also, y'all, so random. It's not even spring yet. This pollen, oh, she's whooping tail. This pollen is fighting hard. Like, I don't even get sick from seasonal transitions, honey. This pollen is trying to kill people. It is so thick. It's in my eyes. It's it's like the way the pollen looks on people's cars. You would think that pollen has been piling up for a week. Literally, if you leave your car for 20 minutes, it looks like a week's worth of pollen. I wish I could show y'all, but girl, it's real bad. And mind you, it's just the second, third week of March. Pray for us. Hello again, everybody. So it's been about 2 days since that last bit of footage. This video is supposed to go up today, but I think I may have to move it to tomorrow. So hello, maybe y'all see it. In these last few days, I've been working on a lot of different things, but I feel like for me, I feel like I'm at a point in life where I feel very drained, and I guess I thought initially like maybe it was burnout or whatever, but I just realized that a lot of things I thought I like, I really just don't like as much, or how to say it, I feel very drained by them. So I was just sitting here thinking about how I needed to finish these like macrame products, these yarn based products, and if I just dropped my phone, which is helping me to record my audio. If you know me, when I first started LJC, it was making beaded bracelets and then also macrame bracelets. So like macrame bracelets, they're cute, but it's such a hassle for me to make. I have no energy for it, I have no passion for it, and it just doesn't have that same vibe to me. So today is March 17th. If my launch next month is on April 29th, I feel like instead of trying to restock all of these old things and then bring these old things back along with the new things, I think I'm just going to work on my new products, and whatever I have with my current products, that's it. Another thing is that I just really want to get back into the selling part of things. I feel like I have this extra time, and on top of that, the money. I'm not gonna give myself an official salary till next month. If you guys don't know, I haven't paid myself really anything since I've had LJC, because I have just kind of sacrificed all my money to put right back into the business, and I don't regret any of that at all. But I will say there have been some things that I didn't have to spend that I spent, and I think now I'm in that like era of trying to figure out how to use it. So should I reveal it? Okay, I'll reveal it. One of the new item product types launching in April are mystery bags, and so with my mystery bags, a lot of them are going to have limited edition products in them. So all these like charms and extra beads I just never like figured out what to do with, I will be putting them in there. And so for me, I guess I'm just in that era of just feeling creative with LJC, not just doing the same repetitive like things over and over again. Today, I don't think I'm gonna get a lot done because tomorrow I have to go back to the library, so I have to finish reading one of these books. And I barely started the other day. That Hello Stranger book I read the other day, I might buy that book. That's how good it was. And also, as someone who's a psychology person, the fact that like she accurately described prosopagnosia, which is face blindness, if you didn't know, she described it so accurately, and it's like even if you don't understand psychology, whatever, it's like she explains it in a way that like you get it. I love that book so much. She did a great job with it. I finished that the other day, the last day I filmed with this, so that took me about like 2 days really to read. And then this book, I didn't really read much of anything yesterday and the day before, so I'm still kind of at the beginning. So I think I'm at about page like 30 something, and it's 303 pages, so I have to finish all of that today, which is gonna be a lot. Also finished this other book that I was reading digitally called Keeper of Enchanted Rooms, and it was a good book, and it really was juicy, especially those last like 100 pages. The only thing about that book that sucked for me as a reader is that I couldn't read it in one sitting. I have been reading that book just slowly over a span of a few weeks because I always read a physical book and a digital book, but I've been prioritizing my physical books because of course those are library books. I have to take them back. Digital reading, even if I like it, I still have to kind of stop to a certain extent because if I'm going to read, I want to read the stuff that's due. So like I said, today I need to finish that. And then it's in terms of like editing and stuff like that, I've completely changed just like my posting schedule. I don't really have a billion things planned ahead of time. I'm really just starting to take things like in a more chill way, not overworking but also not underworking, just really listening to myself and what energizes me. Yesterday I did a whole bunch of cleaning, and that's actually why I didn't film. Like if I show you guys my room right now, I'll just show you guys my desk. Right now I just have everything everywhere, but where I'm at right now is close to this window in my room. So I decided to have my desk right here. So even though it kind of doesn't look the most aesthetic in my room, in terms of practicality, I feel like it works best because if I'm working, it's in the direct sunlight. Because I feel like no matter how I have it, everything is everywhere. So at least put it in a spot that works for me. Just I'm trying to figure that out. And then I also just have a lot of stuff that, I don't know, I guess I'm a spiritual person. So for me, when you just have this like random desire to just declutter everything and clean everything, it's kind of like a figurative way of your body saying like you are getting rid of something. And I feel like not just in terms of cleaning, but I feel like the way I do things, especially with LJC, social media, life, I just, in some ways I've been more carefree, but in other ways I've just been very like, that drains me, I'm not doing it anymore. So I guess for me, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know that there are certain things that I love and that I need to redirect my energy towards that. So for LJC specifically, again, I'm not worried about all these old products. I'll get to them. I would rather have like a separate like mini launch after the fact than to just like kind of kill myself right now trying to do everything at once, especially because those things are so tedious. So the macrame bracelets, macrame wristlets, and then if I have time I'll get to the necklaces and stuff like that. Another thing I'm pushing back, coasters. I do not like the old coaster designs and really don't like the old terracotta designs, so I think I may completely redesign those as well. So stuff like that is just different. Right now I want to focus on selling. One super small gig is flea market, but also just trying to figure out what other events I can look into. For me, I need to figure out my booth setup and then just finalize my booth and everything. A few months ago I started this display board. I never showed it on camera because I thought I was going to decorate it even more, but I think I'm going to leave it how it is and just add to it, kind of like picture showcasing LJC, and maybe just, I don't know, just like little things that just kind of bring it together, aesthetics. Anything that's like news, like discount codes, whatever, all that would just be display items. Working on all that type of stuff, finalizing inventory, just getting better ways to store my products. I think I want to focus on that, making those limited edition products. I think I'm starting to get back into beaded things like phone straps and beaded bracelets and stuff like that now. And for a long time I kind of started to hate those too because that's all I was doing. But I think now I'm just in a different era. I don't know exactly what this era is going to be. Stuff like social media, getting back to studio vlogs. I actually really love editing a vlog. Like if I have a 5-minute sit down video, to me that is more dreadful than like an hour-long studio vlog. Because I guess with studio vlogs it's like it's so much personality and I have so much of that to give. But when I'm sitting here forcing myself to 5 ways to, like, to me it's boring, and obviously y'all don't like it either. Stuff like this, let's vibe out, let's do behind the scenes stuff. This studio vlog is more chill, but I think with next week's studio vlog I'm going to add a little bit more spice. So I know this one won't be too long, but this is just kind of like a catching up with my old friends type of thing, and just kind of setting the scene for, I don't know, whatever's to come. So thank you guys for kind of being patient with me, and I will be back on social media more actively. But again, I've been working behind the scenes and just trying to figure out a lot of things, ways that I'm working hard but not killing myself working hard, if that makes sense. So if you guys are in the same situation as business owners, I definitely recommend just taking your time, and if you can't get help because I'm also at a point where it's like, girl, I'm at to recruit somebody, not like for like a full gig, but just like if I'm selling, I need help, or someone just help me make some products, because like, girl. But anyways, with that being said, I think I'm going to end the vlog right here. Hope you guys have a great day, and thank you guys for supporting my small business and me. And if you guys want to see anything specifically on this channel, I have taken a lot of things off of my schedule, so I'm free. Again, I'm not going to keep you guys long. Y'all have a great day, and bye.